Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Inside Pitch here at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. I'm Ben Frederickson alongside Jeff Gordon. Gordo, the Washington Nationals are in town.
Oof.
And if you thought the Cardinals hit a low point, I don't know that a team in baseball's had worse walk-off losses than the Nationals had before they came to St. Louis and in the first game of this series. Obviously frustrating for the Nationals now. But when the Nationals come to town, we tend to talk about some of the Nationals players. They've got Max Scherzer, who a lot of Cardinals fans wish pitched for the Redbirds. You have Matt Adams, who has had a great season for the Nationals in what is becoming a disappointing year for them. And then you have some guy named Bryce Harper, who has become the really kind of the apple of a lot of Cardinals' eyes. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. When you look at what the Cardinals should do after this season, kind of to get things moving in the right direction for the future, do you look at a guy like Harper and say, hey, there's a free agent the Cardinals should be all in on?
Well, no, because I'm just not a magic wand guy. I see this guy setting records, getting a crazy contract, going to a big market. I love him. He plays the game hard. He's a star. I mean, he draws people. Teammates are drawn to him. All that's good. But kid's got some miles on him despite being a kid. He's played a lot of baseball. And, you know, for $350 or whatever it's going to be, $350 million, $300 million, $400 million, wherever this thing's going, I just think the Cardinals need to develop a lot of good players, starting with maybe Nolan Gorman, with some of the guys they have in place now, Bader, O'Neill, DeYoung. So I just don't see it being a realistic fit for the Cardinals.
I like the idea of Harper for a few reasons. A, you're right, he has played a lot, but he's also 25. He's younger than Manny Machado. I don't know that Manny Machado, you're going to be able to sell him on St. Louis. You might be able to sell Bryce Harper on St. Louis. Baseball, it matters to him. He's spoken a lot about how he is disappointed that baseball doesn't do more to be a bigger sport. And there is no bigger sport than baseball in this city. He liked, I think, kind of the vibe of being the star in Washington. He would be a Pujols-like star here from day one. I mean, he would draw that kind of attention. So if that appeals to him at all, the Cardinals can sell him on that. He's also been, he's had an up and down year. I think he might have hurt maybe some of his contract negotiations with the year that he's had. But if you're wondering if he's still the same player, look at what he's done since the All-Star break, since he won that home run derby. I think Bryce would be a good fit here. I think his style of play would come across well. And I think if the Cardinals are looking at free agents who they could spend on without having to give up prospects like a Nolan Gorman, that Harper makes a lot more sense than some of these other guys who are going to be out there. There's also going to be a lot of good free agents this year. So somebody's got to have to take a lower deal. Now, is it Harper? I don't know. But to me, I think it makes a lot of sense. He certainly is fun to watch play when he comes into town. He was in Game 1.
That's right. He's got an edge to him. They lost some of that edge with Tommy Pham going. Rubbed some people the wrong way, Bryce Harper. I think this team needs more of that.
Well, he also can play right field, and now that leads us back to the Dexter Fowler dilemma. And the Cardinals, that's too long for this video, but he's not a center fielder. He's playing there now. You could put him in right field. Right. And figure out your outfield situation and maybe process some more of those outfielders. Anyway, I'm pro Harper.
Right.
It's going to take a lot of money. It's also not my money, so it's easiest for us to spend Mr. DeWitt's money. We'll do more of that here on Inside Pitch as we move toward free agency and the offseason. But now the Cardinals look good. We'll have all of your coverage here at STLtoday.com. For Jeff Gordon, I'm Ben Frederickson. We'll see you next week.